fast approaching. Traditionally, the long weekend is where cottagers, those who own pre-season cottages, head to the cottage to open it up for the summer season. What does open up your cottage mean? We're going to find out what you should be doing with broker from Royal LePage, Chris Winney. Good morning.
Good morning.
And so this is it. You live on a lake, actually, don't you?
I certainly do.
Okay, so what lake do you live on? Do you mind telling people?
I don't mind telling people. I'm going to ask you if you can tell me back.
Okay.
It's Kashwackamack Lake.
Kashwackamack Lake.
And I live in the Land of Lakes.
I've spent some time on that lake, and it is beautiful there. Okay, so we're heading into the long weekend. Have you started to see more traffic on the lake?
I've seen more traffic on the way to the lake.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
People are already starting to get their boats out of storage, and they want to get them back to the cottage.
Okay, but the real big opening weekend, it's just a tradition, is the Victoria Long weekend. What are people doing to open the cottage?
Okay, so lots of inspections.
Okay.
All right. You'll notice any changes as soon as you drive in. We had lots of wind this year, and as you know, we had a brutal winter.
Yeah.
So access to the cottage may be a challenge.
Right, so there could be fallen trees and a number of things? Okay, and then you're probably going to be looking at your roof from those high winds?
Roofs are number one.
Okay.
Lots of folks probably got messages from their road association, their cottage association, that they needed to check their roofs this winter. There were some roofs that had 3.5 feet of snow.
Wow.
And ice.
Yikes.
Right?
Okay.
And it's that combination that gets pretty dangerous. So.
And then the next thing I think of is your waterfront, taking a look at erosion from ice, but also if your dock stays in, is that something you're thinking about?
That's something we're keeping an eye on right now, because the water level is fluctuating based on the melt as well as the amount of rainfall that we're getting right now. Okay. So we're all hoping for a sort of a medium count on the rain.
Gotcha.
And we'd like the weather people to cooperate.
We'll try to see what we can do. We'll see what we can do.
Yes, absolutely.
This brings me to some trends that I've noticed in the cottage industry. I'm an armchair cottager, so I'm looking at like real estate all the time because I just love looking at it. It's just the dream lives, right? I've noticed that people have redefined cottaging, and we're in Lazy Boy right now in their new urban attitudes furniture, and it just suggests to me that people are no longer grabbing their grandparents' old furniture and throwing it in. I'm seeing a lot more high-end finishings happening in these cottages. Is that a trend you've noticed?
Well, you know what? It really depends on the age group.
Okay.
Right? Lots of us who are in the baby boomer stage are looking at our cottages as much more than just a cottage. We want to live there a little bit longer. We want to maybe go south in the winter for a few months. So our home becomes our cottage.
Yeah, that is a beautiful plan, by the way. And so you don't want to lose those creature comforts that you had at home, and maybe you're moving out of the condo or the house, and you're selling the family home and then making that a permanent move.
Yes.
What a dream.
Half
of the time in the warmth, half of the time in the warmth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And it's the dream that a lot of folks are trying to live. Now, when you're younger, you're trying to just have the cottage experience, and all of those cast-offs from home, from parents and grandparents are great at the cottage. But the longer you stay, the more you want to make it much more of a fixture in your life. It's expensive.
Yeah,
right?
It's expensive.
It's a wonderful thing to be able to have, and it's wonderful. You make great family memories, but it does cost.
What I like about it, though, is that it appreciates over time as well. Waterfront property is proven worldwide to be an excellent investment. On the whole, I can't say that for everything. Of course, you can never use a blanket statement, but is that a fair assessment?
Well, in my own experience, we bought our cottage come home in 2001, and in 2007 I wanted to use that as equity to buy another building, and my banker told me it had tripled in value.
So there you go.
So was it a great investment between 2001 and 2007? You betcha.
Yeah, and we can't predict the future, but it does look like that cottaging seems to be a trend that people are going to continue on into the future as well.
And I hope so, because you know what? Cottages mean fun.
Yeah.
And I think when families come together and friends come together to the cottage, they're looking to relax and have fun and get away from the stresses of everyday living.
It's very cool to learn these things about cottaging from an expert who happens to live on Lake Kashwackamack. Kashwackamack.
Yes.
Just like that. There you go. If you're looking from the Land of Lakes, go see Chris. Chris Winney, thank you very much. Appreciate that.